Tonight I'm going to start with a version of ragdoll that's actually more like wide dog. I'm going to spread my legs wide, and then I'm going to bend over, have my hands on the ground, and invert my head. And I'm going to do this. I'm sort of going through some options for science of stretching for Tai Chi and Bagua. Okay. I'm going to come down to the ground. Hello, Chesterfield. How you doing, buddy? Now, in Tai Chi, something that's important is your ankles. So right here, sitting back on my ankles. Now, you may not be able to sit all the way back, and if that's the case, you can use a pillow or something like that. Totally fine. But notice my feet are pointing. That's plantar flexion. Pointing is plantar. Dorsiflexion is turning them in and under. So I'm going to go ahead and turn them under like this. The primary focus of this pose is the ankles and the toes, also the shoulders. Now, this is the rest of the pose, and this sort of comes along for the ride. But for the purposes of this class, I'm more concerned about what you're doing with your feet. And I'm going to just do this. This gives me a nice stretch in my shoulders without doing too much work. So I am attempting neutral pelvis. I'm sort of pushing my sternum down and slightly tucking while I push my fontanelle up. I'm engaging the second bow in Tai Chi. Amazing how much being able to really grip with your toes can make a difference in your balance. To set up a really good balance, you start by engaging the yang part of the feet. There are 9. The 5 toes, the 2 balls behind the large one behind the big toe and the smaller one on the other side, the heel, and the side, the outside edge of your foot. When you engage those, you create a suction cup that brings energy up the heels. Now, that's the energy perspective. From a ligament perspective, when you do that, you start to engage your ligaments and you're starting to engage your foot. When you tuck your tailbone, you then engage your entire hip structure down to your feet. Next thing, you bring the bow up and then you bring the bow down into your pelvic floor. That now gets your head connected to your hips down to your feet, and then external rotation of your hand engages this ligament into that whole system around your back, and so your foot is connected to your hand. Okay, now to do that, I need to have loose feet. That's what I just did. I'm going to sit back this time, going to keep the knees together, and this time I'm going to go a little bit deeper. And it's a different pose. It's called hero. And here we go. I'm going to spread my feet a little bit. Again, you might not be here, and that's fine. You might use a pillow. Totally fine. When I did this, my butt would sometimes hit my heels. That's where I started. And sometimes I go for a lot further back. But the pose is really first about the knees. I'm getting my knees. I've got really good feels in the knees. Going to get a little bit of a stretch here, though jackknife blaster is a better stretch for right here. And if you want to stretch up here, there's lots of good things for the hip flexors. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and go back a little bit. Now, do not go back if your butt's not on the ground. My butt's touching the ground. Hello, kitty. Don't lick me, please. Pardon me, sir. All right. Next, one of my favorites. I'm going to blast open my hip. What I'm going to do that is I'm going to start on a tabletop, swing my right foot around up to my right hand, turn the foot out, let the knee fall out or not, doesn't matter. I'm going to slide my left leg back. So I've closed this joint flexion, getting the hamstring, right side, left side. I'm extending my hip flexor. So it's a good hip flexor stretch and a good hamstring stretch. And we'll end up doing it twice, once on each side. Can't support yourself, use a bench, use blankets, something to keep you supported up here because the stretch is not here. The stretch is legs and hips. And so use tools, use props to get yourself feeling a good stretch because it's how it feels, not how it looks. We breathe to relax, passive tension over time, 2 to 5 minutes. Wet noodle, muscles that are relaxed, stretch better. Oh, sorry, kitty. I'm pretty close to doing a version of this pose called Fallen Blaster. I think I won't do it though. Okay, same thing, other side. Got the kitty, bring the left foot up to left hand. Rotate your left foot out externally. So external rotation, lateral rotation, into the middle, medial rotation, laterally rotate your foot 45 degrees. Slide your right foot back, pointing it to plantar flexion. So I've got my knee and my shin facing down, and I'm just letting my hip open up. Flexion on the left side, hamstring, hip flexor, extension on the right side. Of course you're gonna get down there. I don't think I would have crushed you too much, kitty. Okay, slowly. Alexa, skip. Ah, a little bit of a cramp on my right foot there. Okay, now this next pose, I want to talk a little bit about it. I've recently started doing it differently. So originally, I thought the pose was about getting your knees to spread apart. So, for example, since the cat is right here, I will go say here. This will be fine because I'm not going to be. You're fine. Don't move. Really, it's okay. So I thought, let's go ahead and get my knees as far apart as possible. And this certainly is a good pose. It certainly works great. But when your feet are like so, so straight back, and your feet are turned out, you sit into it and it hits very differently. So let me show you what that actually is going on from a standing position when we're just doing it from a different relationship to gravity. So what I'm really doing is, so I'm taking my feet and I'm rotating them out, all right? And then I am sitting in like this. And so really this is a squat with a different relationship to gravity. And when I'm in the pose, it really hits here. The hip flexors really hard. And when they finally loosen up, what I'll do is I'll spread my knees a little bit further and then go deeper, spread. So it's sort of an in and out, undulating kind of thing. This is a great pose. It really opens up your hips. And I've only recently started doing this one. So I got to catch up. Kitty, you're kind of in the way. Let's see. If I do that, I can make that work. Oh, I just had a pop in my hip, and all of a sudden, I got some release. I don't know if that's good or bad. Oof. I don't know if that looked like I was doing much, but sure was doing much. Ay, ay, ay. Man, that got into deep into my like my deep six on the backside there or something. All right, next one. A little more gentle. Add a little bit of a pillow just for a little bit of elevation. More is fine. Feet together. Maybe one, two, three, four fists away and lean forward and relax. All right. Now, next up, we're going to use a wall. If you don't have access to a wall, then you would do something like pigeon, double pigeon, half pigeon. I'm going to do thread the needle, which is kind of like half pigeon on uh, steroids. I keep not. I wonder. I'm going to try something. Let's see. Slippery or not slippery? Pretty slippery, but also slippery. Maybe not so bad. I'll give this a try. All right. Actually, I don't know if I'm going to be able to sit. I need another one of these. You know, here's the thing. I'm being lazy. I really want to do the pose well. I shouldn't have to fight it. And if I allow my feet to slide, I'm fighting it. So I can either fight it or I can just accept that a few moments of effort will give me a better experience. And there's no reason not to have this thing. Is that the right side? Yep, that's the right side. Okay, there we go. Much better. Yikes. Okay, there we go. And here. What's up, kitty? Alexa, shh. I don't think I said her name at all in that one. All right, other side. The renegade side. No, it starts renegade. It ends up being about the same. Well, I'll tell you what, I should have had that pillow on my back. My bony spine is talking to me right now. Ugh. Start over. Again, not a good idea to do reps. That defeats the purpose. So, uh, from an agile perspective, I'm rejecting the batch and we're going to redo it. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Next, I'm going to twist our lower back. My lower back. I don't know about ours. Oh, let's see. Do I want this still? I really don't want this right now. I don't. I'm good at moving my props over the wall. Yes, the rest of. Oh, of course, it's going to be my way. Out my head, dude. All right. Next, I'm going to change the order up just a touch. I'm going to do the last two in a reverse order. And I'm going to do just one first. Now I want to do this. Alexa, what time is it? Ooh, it's already late. Okay, let's do this. All right, one final pose for stretching. It's against the wall. Do this one a little bit longer. All right. Well, I think that's more than enough for tonight. Oof. Good night.